In this video, we're going to take a look at standard A.5C, which says the student is expected to solve systems of two linear equations with two variables for mathematical and real-world problems. First, I'd like to share with you some information that comes from TEA. It comes from the Mathematics TEAC Supporting Information document for Algebra 1. In that document, it states that methods of solution may include substitution, elimination, and graphing. When paired with A1B, students may be expected to verify their solution. When paired with A1C, students may be expected to use tools such as concrete models. When paired with A1G, students may be expected to justify their solution. For systems of equations, there could be three different types of solutions. There could be one common point, which would be the intersection point of the two lines, and it would give you a coordinate, the intersection of the coordinates x, y. There can be an infinite set of points on a line, which means the lines are coinciding, or there can be an empty set, no solution, which are parallel lines. So here's a visual example of one solution, the intersection being the solution to the systems. Here's a visual representation of an infinite set of solutions, so the two systems of equations are the same line or coinciding lines, or the empty set solution, which is two parallel lines that will never intersect, so there will never be a solution. So here's an example for this problem. A manager purchased a total of 21 coffee mugs and keychains. Each coffee mug costs $8.50, and each keychain costs $2.75. If the manager spent a total of $132.50, how many coffee mugs did the manager purchase? So let's look at the information that we're given and label some of this information with variables. So there's two different types of items that we're talking about in this problem. We're talking about coffee mugs and we're talking about keychains. So let's identify a variable for each one of those objects. So I'm going to use a variable x to represent coffee mugs. And I'm going to use the variable y to represent keychains. Now you could use any variables here. You may want to use C for coffee and K for key, M for mug, C for chain, so you could just use A and B, so you can use any variables that you want. So let's look at this first sentence. A manager purchased a total of 21 coffee mugs and keychains. So if I add my coffee mugs, which I'm using the variable x to represent, and the keychains, that's going to equal 21, because that's how many were purchased. Coffee mugs plus keychains, a total of 21 purchased. Now each coffee mug costs $8.50. So if I multiply the cost of each coffee mug times the number of each coffee mugs plus the cost of each keychain times the total number of keychains that will be purchased, that's going to give you the total amount that the manager spent to buy the coffee mugs and keychains. So now we have two equations to represent this situation. We're going to solve this system of equation by using the elimination method. So I know I'm looking for coffee mugs, because the question is how many coffee mugs did the manager purchase, which is my variable x. So I'm going to try to eliminate the variable y. So to eliminate the variable y, I want to cancel, or I want the opposite of positive 275. So I'm going to multiply that first equation by negative 2.75. So when I do that, that will give me the equation negative 2.75 plus negative 2.75y equals negative 57.75x. The second equation is going to stay the same. Now, when I add these two equations, I'm going to have the y variable cancel. Negative 275 and a positive 275y, those are opposites, so those are going to cancel. I'm going to combine this negative 275x and positive 850x, and that's going to give us a total of 5.75x. On the other side of the equation, we're going to combine negative 57.75 and 132.50, and that gives us 74.75. We still need to isolate the x, So we're going to do the opposite of multiplying by 5.75, which is to divide both sides of the equation by 5.75, and that'll give us x equals 13. So how many coffee mugs were purchased? 13 coffee mugs.